Hey folks, Kirk Almighty here. This is part of my Advanced Tactics Gold tutorial series. This particular episode is going to focus on the TOE system. That would be this system over here. It's called the Table of Organization and Equipment. This system was originally added to the game to reduce micromanagement and, of course, to give the game some additional depth and immersion for the player. The TOE system, I think, is an excellent one to make a tutorial on because it's not written about in the game manual. There's no information available there. It was an addition. It was added to the game later on, well after the manual was completed, and the manual was never updated, and none of this information was ever added into it. So for some new players, they're like, they probably, they may not even mess with this button over here. They don't know what it is. And if they have, then they soon found out that they were going to have to figure this one out on their own because they couldn't find any information in the manual on it. Now, there's a real benefit to using this. The biggest benefit, of course, being micromanagement. Basically what you're going to do with the TOE system is you can design templates. To design a new template, you click on the Add Unit down here. This will add a new template, or you can delete a template. Okay, you can add a new headquarter, and then these templates, as you can see, I've got some in here already. You can add formations to these templates. You can add, whatever kind of you can add a formation. Go down here, and then this you can select the type of formation you want. You can set the quantity, the number of sub-formations you want in that, so you can have, you can set it to, I already have rifle on there, but you can set it to whatever. If you want to delete a formation, there's delete right there. You can have up to 8 of these sub-formations in here. You can even set the people. See, these are all set to German. There's also some, here's how you would change your symbol right here. So you can see I've chosen the standard NATO infantry symbol here for this unit, but if you go in here, it brings up another sub menu, and you could change it to whatever template you want. If you want to add some text to it, you can. I could go like this here, and see, now it's going to say infantry on that icon and any of these templates right here. Now these templates are going to auto reinforce through the TOE system, so it's automatically going to want to set it at 40 rifle, 5 mortar, 5 machine gun, and as long as it has units available and transport capacity, your headquarters units are going to attempt to automatically reinforce these units, any units you have that are set with this template, up to the exact format that you set it. If you have this option enabled, it will actually pull units out if there's too much of something. So if it has too many rifle, it'll actually pull them out and get it down to 40. This allows you to rename it. I forget what that one does right there. It must not be too important because I never use it. Let's see, now let's go to a headquarter unit. A headquarter unit, if you would like Roman numerals on your headquarter, like instead of it just having, I don't know, the third, or maybe a big 3 on there for your third headquarter, you can have it to set Roman numerals and have Roman numerals on there instead, which actually is pretty cool. I kind of like the Roman numerals. If you have auto staff enabled, what it will do is if you do not have enough staff to have 100% of the staff bonus for all the units that are under the command of that HQ, you can see I got my template set at 40, but if I end up building such a large army under the command of this HQ that it needs 50 to get the 100% staff bonus, then the TOE system will automatically pull staff out of your Supreme HQ or whatever higher HQ it is it's got available staff into here to get it up to 100%. So it'll automatically bump it up to 50 for you, which is that can be a neat feature too. Let's roll. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of information down here too. was you're designing these templates. It's going to tell you everything about them, which is really convenient. So it's going to tell you the total weight of this unit. It's going to show you the total weight of this unit if you need to ship it over the sea or through the air. This is just its carry weight right here, what you need to be able to move it over land with it like a vehicle. Like this one has trucks. These trucks can carry, and it can carry up to 80 in weight. It has only 60. It shows you the amount of movement this unit has. If I didn't have those trucks there, it would say, you know, a foot movement or artillery, because I got artillery pieces there. If I didn't have anything there, it would probably be artillery, which is really slow. It'll show you the stack points of that unit. It shows you how much fuel it'll use per 100 action points. It shows you how much supply it's going to use every turn. It's got a lot of useful information. So you can really play around in here and just kind of design these units kind of the way you want them to. You know, I want it to be only this much stack, and it can be really fun. Now you get out here on the game map. In order to designate a unit in the TOE system, you use this button right over here. Now you click on that on any formation out here, and then you could designate a template to it. Now this one's already designated infantry, that's why it grays out right there, but I could change it to an engineer or whatever template I got here. Another interesting feature you have here with going back to these units is you can do this to any unit. Let's say this particular army right here, he's got, I don't know, 10 formations under his command scattered across a line here, and every turn, you know, he looks at what he has out there and how much infantry or how many rifle, how many mortar, whatever he needs to reinforce all these units up to 100%, and he will make this request into the Supreme HQ. And then in the following turn, well, actually he does it that turn. I'm going to request this much this turn. So next turn, those will arrive there. The turn after that, they will arrive at the unit, in the units. Okay, so let's say you've taken a beating though. You got a unit over here that got attacked, and he got retreated, and he suffered most of his casualties. And the 36 rifle and 12 mortars and whatever you got sitting here right now that I requested last turn, you would kind of like all those units to go into this guy over here that just got pounded, rather than being spread out evenly among all of them. So you can actually prioritize right here. You can prioritize the replacements to go to this unit. You click on that. That means it takes priority. Your HQ will reinforce this unit before any other units in the army. So that can be an interesting feature. It also it gives you the ability to disband a unit too. The TOE system will just disband it for you. When you end your turn, it's automatically, as long as it has the transport capacity to do so, it will automatically pull all of these units out of that formation and send them back to the Supreme HQ or whatever HQ above it, and then it will just disband the marker there, the formation, the empty formation will just go away. So the next turn you go on there, it'll be gone. You can also set it to, say you have an army over here you're not using, and you're not getting enough guys as it is, or whatever, or for whatever reason you don't want it to be, say, a lower priority for replacements. You can set it down at like 75%, and then it's only going to reinforce this army now if it drops below 75%. I don't know if that's a feature I would ever really use, but someone might find it useful, and it's interesting to find out stuff like that feature even exists, because you may not know that. Other benefits to using the TOA system. Because the system is it's a more orderly supply situation, reinforcement situation, using the normal chain of command and through, normal channels and going like that, it's a more it it's supposed to be a more efficient system that way. So the game actually models it that way. Is it's a more efficient to use this, which makes it more beneficial to the player as opposed to you going around and manually moving these things. The biggest benefit here that you're going to see is in your transport capacity. So normally, let's say I want to transport, let's say, these SMGs right here from Supreme HQ. Let's say I want to transport them over here. Now I can manually transport them and get them there this turn. They're going to lose quite a bit of readiness. So the first thing you notice is if you go through the TOE system, it takes a longer, but they're going to lose less readiness. Okay, to move from here to there, it's going to use less readiness going through the TOA system. And the other thing is the hit you're going to take on your capacity. It's going to take you 250 on your transport capacity, whatever it is you're using, rail, road. Whereas the TOE system can do it for half of that. It will be able to move that there for 125. So the TOA system is going to literally be able to move around twice as many subformations as you would be able to manually on its own, just allowing it to do that through its auto reinforced system. The other benefit here, kind of minimal here because it doesn't seem to use a whole lot of gasoline anyway, but anytime you're transporting anything through your land cap here, basically you're using trucks to move units around, it uses fuel, and the TOA system is going to use 1/4 of the amount of fuel that you would use if you were to manually transfer that yourself. So another benefit to the TOA system right there. Another benefit is now you go out to your field generals, and some of these units they're really close, or they're sitting on a road. So if I were to want to transfer these bazookas over here, you see the bazookas are going to be able to move. Basic cost is 30, but it's going to be able to move on its own power. So it's actually not even going to use any transport capacity. So if I were to do it, well, let's go ahead and we'll send 2 over there. Land cap. See, it's sitting at 4,000, so it shouldn't use any. No, I did use some. Maybe all those bazookas, maybe they're out of action points. Do they have any action points? All this unit has no action points. Okay, these bazookas just came in there. Okay, well, if you had enough action points, like you haven't done anything, these bazookas just came in for Supreme HQ, so they have no action points. But the range that they'll be able to travel to get there by their own power, which means they're not using any of your transport capacity, they're not using any fuel, is actually doubled with the TOA system. So say normally this bazooka by its own power can make it all the way over here. Through the TOA system on their own power, through the TOA system, it would actually be able to go all the way out to here, twice as far on their own power. So you can see, logistically speaking, there's quite an advantage to using the TOA system. And the micromanagement thing is like I said, it's something that you can't easily discount. You can use the TOA system for aircraft stuff. There's a bug right now with aircraft. Unless you get the fix on that, I would be a little careful about using TOA to move around aircraft, though. Sometimes it's just going to wipe out your fuel supply. I'm sure in the next official patch that's going to be fixed, because I know Victor is aware of this bug now. And what it'll do is you're moving around aircraft through the TOA system. Sometimes it'll just wipe out all of the oil you have in your stockpile and everything. So as far as moving aircraft through the TOA system goes, I would suggest maybe staying away from that and continuing to do that manually for now. But anything else, though, is fine. Reduces micromanagement. It's a great feature of the game. I seriously recommend trying it out if you haven't, because I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. Anyway, we'll end this video here, and thanks for watching.